Hey everyone, it's Joe. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Today we have one of my favorite videos to film and to talk about. It's the Q2 new in and favorites. So today we're going to chat about things that I have purchased in Q2. I know this comes as no surprise. I have been in a quote unquote no spend / low spend in Q2, but you know me, I cannot not spend on stationery. So I'll share some of the new things that I have gotten and purchased. So there's going to be some gifts and happy mail stuff that I want to show too, as well as some things sent from brands. Obviously it's not sponsored. Anything that has been sent from other brands and people, I will definitely make sure to mention. But we'll get started. I'm going to try and go in chronological order, and the first big purchase of Q2, this is actually what dictated the no spend, was this giant purchase of all 4 limited sets from Travelers Company. So I have a full unboxing video about these lovely notebooks. There are 4 limited sets, and they are all based on imaginary mini companies under TRC. So we have Travelers Airlines, Travelers Hotel, Travelers Train, Travelers Records, and they're really beautiful. I love them so much. I'll tell you my favorite what is it, child out of the bunch, just kidding, later when we discuss favorites, but these are really nice. I love them so much. This was a really big hefty spend though, so this is what dictated my low spend no spend, but I do not regret purchasing this. Obviously some of them have gotten a little bit beat up, but we'll save this for another time because I will talk about this. But these are my first purchases. They sound like it. Yeah, they sound like one purchase because I bought them all at once, but they are, there are 4 limited sets, and there's, accompanying accessories and whatnot, but there's a whole video, and I'll make sure to link it up at the top right corner. You can click it to watch that unboxing video because it was really fun to film, and it was a very, I feel like the most professional Job has ever been on this channel. Probably not. But next up we have, I bought this at the same time. So this was like a big itch of mine to get. That doesn't make sense. It was like an itch that I needed to scratch. I really wanted the 2022 limited edition Lamy. So there's 2 that came out. There's the strawberry version, and then there's the cream version, which you can see right here, and it's just a lovely beige. I'm on like a beige kick right now. I love anything beige, like clothing wise, and I don't know, it's just like a fun color because I feel like I always get white dirty, and then when you have cream, it's like already kind of not dirty, but it's not as like stark white, and I love anything with a warm tone, so this is nice. I love it so much. I got it in a medium nib, and then I have it inked with an ink sample that I purchased at the same time. This is Sailor Ink Studio 373. I love this ink so much. It's like a dustier version of 273, and it's a little bit darker, and this kind of reminds me of Van Pen 86 from Robert Oster x Vancouver Pen Shop, which is another of my favorite inks. I love a good like light brown ink. Actually, I think that's one of my recent discoveries in 2022. I really love 273, which is the lighter counterpart of this ink, and yeah, it's such a lovely shade. I'll talk about this a little bit later because, spoiler alert, this is one of the faves of Q2, but we'll talk about this in more detail later. And then next up, this is, I'm so excited about this. This is something that was sent by a lovely company. Let me just grab it. This is going to be a chatty video again. So if you have something to do, maybe just put me on the background or come back at another time when you're ready to sit down for a long chat. But this is sent by Zig Kuretake Japan. I love my mild clean color dots, like the mild set, and then they released the smoky mild. So these are much more toned down than the other colors. These have like a cooler berry tone. I know it says smoky, but it feels like they're more berry-ish. I don't know if that makes any sense. But these are the colors that they sent over. They also sent over the highlighter pack. So these are new, the new colors, and this is what they look like swatch on Tomoe River paper. The mild is very mild, but I really like it. If you want a non-distracting like accent in your journal pages or even in your planner. These are really nice for planning because this kind of releases you from the need to carry dot stickers with you. But I will be keeping these, and then I think if you stay till the end of the video, I'll give these highlight ones away because I haven't been using them. I've only swatched them, and I don't think I will be using them just because I do not highlight a lot of things in general. So I would love this to go to a new home, but we'll talk about the giveaway later. And then let's continue on. I think my next fave is actually this. This is this is like, actually no, not fave. This is purchases. We're still on purchases. So the other one, like I said earlier, was a gift from Zig Kurataki, and then I love these pens so much. I know this is actually not the pen that I purchased. I bought this and then this the olive one, and then the light baby pink, kind of like this color, of the Uni Jetstream More Black multi pens. So you've probably seen Uni Jetstreams because they are the Hobonichi pen. So if you order anything from Hobonichi, they send a free Uni Jetstream. It's the classic Uni Jetstream, but I don't know, the design of this pen is so cool. It's a little bit more angular, and it's also only has two knocks on the sides or clickers on the side, and then they have this main one at the top, which is for black, which is nice because you don't have to, like, I don't know, look around and feel for like the black one, because you're probably going to use the black ink the most in a multi-pen, at least for me. I've been really loving these, and I think this year has also been the year that I realized that I freaking love the Uni Jetstreams. They're so good. They're so juicy for a ballpoint. So these aren't actually gel ink, but they write like a gel pen. And I think part of me likes these because during university, my go-to pen was the Pentel RSVP pen. It's like a ballpoint, it has a cap on it. And I always used to I used to write really like, I don't know, hard. Like I would press down on the paper really hard because that was a ballpoint that wasn't very juicy. I feel like this is like the perfect ballpoint because the ink is, waterproof and it glides nicely, and it's like the best of both worlds. You get like the gel feel, but it's still a ballpoint. I don't know. I think maybe my love for that Pentel RSVP has paved the way for like loving ballpoint pens again. I know I sound ridiculous because I know gel pens and fountain pens are like the thing right now. Like people love gel pens, but I love this Uni Jetstream, and I highly recommend everyone try it because it's like one of the smoothest writing experiences in terms of ballpoint pens. But if you're looking for a really smooth writing experience, the Sarasa gel pens are always nice, and then the Uni ones are also good. I haven't tried the Pentel. Is it Pentel or the Pilot Juice Ups, but we'll save that for Q3. I do want to try those. And then let's see. I think we're doing good. Let's check out some lovely stuff sent over. Actually, not sent over. This is from Kakimori. So let me just grab them real quick. The nib holder and then the nib. So this is from Kakimori via Buchan's. So funny story. I think there's actually a vlog / journaling video about it. So thank you Kakimori and Yugo and Buchan's for this lovely gift. This is the 0.5 ink. This is the 05 ink. This is called Kurun. It's a green ink. It's really lovely. It's a pigment ink, so I haven't really been using it in my fountain pens because I'm a little bit worried. I haven't used a pigment ink in my fountain pens before, but this is nice with a dip pen or the Kakimori steel nib. So this is like a wonder pen. It's like it can do everything. So you can make swatches. So this is a swatch made with just this nib, but you can also write with it like that. And it's so lovely. This is the Sakura wood nib holder. It's light, but it's not too light. But I like how it doesn't feel too heavy. I love a good like weighted pen, but sometimes when it's too heavy, I just can't get anything done. And then the steel nib is nice because you can get fine enough lines that you can like write with it, and it's easier to control, just like what I did here. And it's a lovely writing experience. I really recommend getting one if you really enjoy fountain pens and inks and do a lot of ink swatching, because this kind of releases you from the necessity of using Q-tips and things that you would kind of just use like a one-time use type thing. So like Q-tips, what else would you, I think that's it. If you do your paint swatches with like a brush, that's fine too, but I don't know, this is just nice because you can dip the ink, do the swatch, and then also write with it, so you're not switching between different tools. And I've been just enjoying using this also for journaling with inks that I have but that aren't inked up in a fountain pen, which is really nice. Okay, let's move on. So this wasn't purchased by me, so this is a gift, so thank you again, Kakimori and Bukins, for this. And then the next few things I did purchase. So I purchased this. I purchased the Nick Nelson fountain pen. I've been enjoying Heartstopper a lot, and I thought I had to get the Nick Nelson pen, but this is the Coeco per KO. It is a full-sized Coeco. It kind of looks like a regular sport fountain pen, but it is longer. It's very comfortable to hold. It's actually a pull cap instead of a twist cap, so that's kind of new to me, because every time I see a Coeco, I'm like, when I first got this, I was like, oh, how do you take the cap off? But you just pull. And I got a fine nib. I usually get a medium nib for Coecos, but the fine is actually nice, and it's not too scratchy or feedbacky, so I really like it. And then I paired it with this ink that I also purchased. I only bought a sample, but it's from Ink Studio, Sailor Ink Studio, and this is 280. Oh, this is one of my favorite inks. So wait, that doesn't make sense. I was just saying this is my favorite ink so far, but this is one of my favorite inks in general. I think the green with the pink sheen, it's super cool. Pink shading, not sheening. And it's just a lovely like avocado olivey green color, and I just love how it looks in this pen. It's just such a nice shade. I'm a sucker for any green inks that run a little bit warm or are closer to olive, and this is definitely up my alley. You can tell the swatch looks a little bit different on this paper. It really depends on which paper. Like this ink looks very different on Midori paper as well, so you gotta be sure to test it out first on different papers to see if you actually like it in your like daily notebooks. But for the most part, I like how it looks in Tomoe River paper and Midori paper, and those are the primary papers that I use in my journals anyway, so it works out. And then let's see. Oh man, this no spend month or quarter has been really bad for me because I've purchased so much. But I feel like these are like small purchases that added up. Okay, next up we shall. So this is some washi tape that I purchased. I bought these like pretty recently actually. These are live work washi tapes. I was just at H Mart in downtown Vancouver, and they have an art box underneath it now. And if you don't know anything about art box, it's like this lovely stationery chain in Korea, and it was like my first exposure to like, I don't know, the world of like stationery when I was living in Korea, and I was kind of like building my journaling I guess supplies up, and I still have a lot of like stuff from Artbox to this day, but these are from the brand Live Work or Live Work. This one is just a navy blue washi with these like really cute flowers that have like eyes on them. I don't even know if they're a flower. Maybe it's a buttercup, maybe it's just a blob, but I really like it. And then this one is a very cool grid washi because you get multiple colors. You get like orange, green, this blue, this darker green, you get orange. It's all of the colors that I really enjoy. They're all like warm toned colors too, which is nice. They're very retro. The color palette's very like mid-century, and I absolutely love it because you get multiple grid washis in one washi. So I think this is like a really good purchase because I love any like layering washi, and this is definitely a layering washi. This is a little bit more out of character because I have trouble with character washis, but I think this is like neutral enough that it's not, it could be a pattern washi. It's just the little eyes, but I think that's what makes it fun and cute actually. And then this is actually, I don't know if this should be included. This arrived recently, but this was purchased back in like December last year. This is from a pre-order from Baumkuchen. I ordered this with a friend who did a pre-order for something, and it just came now. It's really nice. This is the date stamp from BK. It just has like a simple square design, and it has little lines for you to write like the date and maybe a little header. This is really usable in a day-to-day basis. I haven't really used it as much, but I hope to use it more in Q3. Okay, and this is the next item that I got. This is one of my favorite washis, and spoiler alert, this is going to be in my favorites as well. But this is like this blue-green BK washi with their logo. It's their clover logo as well as their like letter slash initial logo, so with like the B interlocking BK. But I just love this motif. It's just so nice, and I love how it has like collage elements. Like there's like blue paper that's been crumpled up, there's some grid here and there, and I'm not usually like a teal slash mint person because I love greens that are warmer, but I don't know, this just speaks to me and I really enjoy it. I think it's the design and how, I don't know, cozy it feels. Like it's very cool tone, but it has that cozy feel. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too much into this washi, but I really enjoy it, and I just love how versatile it is because, you know, when there's ephemera that I've found for my day and it has, you know, cooler tones or the blues in it, this is like my go-to washi to kind of ground it onto a page because it's just so nice. I really enjoy this. Okay, next up we have this was sent by Ablation. Kelly of Kelly Love Letters actually works at Oblation, and she reached out to me to actually send this lovely ink. This is Ablation's Portland Rain, and oh, this is so nice. Obviously not sponsored, but they did send this for review, and surprise, I love it so much. I think I love any like cool toned grays. I actually love Pilot Iroshizuku, and I love Sailor Ink Studio. Oh shoot, is it one? I love 123 and 224. Those are my two favorite. Two of my two favorite. Wait, no, those are one of my. Okay, I'm just gonna say they're in my top ink studio inks. My brain kind of malfunctioned over there, but this is really nice. It's kind of reminiscent to the darker one. Maybe it's 224, but this is not as psychedelic in its shading. This has a really cool shading property where the shading kind of looks like gold. Like it leans yellow. I think you can kind of see it on the screen, right? It's really a lovely ink, and I think it really captures like the look of wet asphalt. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have stopped mid word there. Wet asphalt. I'm so sorry. And okay, I'm just gonna take a break. 1 second. Okay, Job has, composed himself, but I'm still a little bit giggly, but overall, I really love this ink. I love that it looks like a wet street, to avoid that word that starts with an A again. And it's just like a moody ink. And I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I do want to ink it in my TWSBI Iris. I just feel like it would really complement this pen. It's a very loud pen on the outside, but I think having like a nice subtle purple color would be really cool here. And I think the purple gray of Portland Rain would really match. I actually had like a dark gray purple in here too. I think I was using Barossa Grape by Robert Oster in here until I put this really loud pink. This is actually, I think, Party Time from the Diamine Ink Vent calendar from last year. I think it looks really cool now, but I haven't really been using this pen as much because of this loud ink. And I do want to use this pen more regularly because it's one of my favorite pens that I own, and it just writes beautifully, and I love how weighted it is. So I definitely want to ink this in here as soon as I finish this. I plan on, not just pouring this out because I only have a little bit of this ink left from like the little sample that I got from the ink vet, but hopefully I'll get to ink this that pen with this ink soon. Okay, we made it without giggling, so let's head on to the next one. The next two things are from a very, very, very generous gift from my lovely friends. So my lovely friends sent over this Sunshine Hobonichi Week Spring Start, and this is their second time doing this. They did this last year. I was talking about how much I wanted a Hobonichi Weeks back in 2021, and I absolutely loved using it. And then I thought this year I wouldn't use a Hobonichi Weeks because I had so many journals going on, but I think deep down inside still wanted to use one. So they definitely read my mind. So thank you again, Jasmine, Miranda, Simone, Cheryl, Chelsea, Caitlin, April, Amy, Joy, and Mar for sending this over. It's super, super generous of them, and I'm forever grateful for their friendship and for their generosity because, I can't believe they, banded together to gift me this lovely Spring Start Weeks. I've been actually using this as a content planner / Job's journal planner. So anything related to Instagram, the shop, YouTube, reels, videos, anything, I kind of plan it in here, and it's been really nice. I'll go into more in-depth more in-depth discussion about this in the future, just because I'm still kind of feeling my way through this setup, but I've been really loving it, and I've been loving leaving some more breathing room in this this planner. I actually don't decorate it much at all. I just do my planning, and then if there's room and then there's some space midweek, I'll add some decorations, but I usually start the week with like nothing on it and just my rough notes for the week. But I've been really enjoying it, and yeah, there's a few days in the beginning of the planner which I haven't been able to utilize because this was lost in the mail, but I've been using it just for notes. And like for today's video, this is all the notes that I made for this video for the stuff that I wanted to talk about in terms of my favorites and the things that I have received this quarter. But yeah, I've been really enjoying this, and they also sent me this lovely pen. This is actually a Coeco Sport, but it is not a fountain pen. It's their gel pen variant, and I've been loving it so much. I actually swapped the Coeco gel pen insert out for an Energel insert because I've been enabled by planning with John. John uses a lot of brown Energels in his like pencil case setup, and I just love that he uses that, so I wanted to try it. And my sister actually swears by Energel ink. It's one of the smoothest like gel inks that I've tried, and this is the 0.5 in the brown, and I think it matches the body of this pen as well because it's like a brown burgundy, and I've been really loving this. It's like a nice trusty pen to have, just because sometimes you can't use fountain pens on various surfaces, or sometimes it's just not practical to use it like at school where a student might use it, or I don't know, someone might just pick up and use this pen. I doubt it because I'm very protective of my stationery and pens at work, but just in case, it's nice to have like a gel pen on hand. So yeah, I've been loving this, and I've been loving this so much, and I'm so thankful for my friends that sent this over. And then I guess one of the last things that I purchased is actually, surprise, this cover. This was the biggest purchase from this quarter because I pretty much saved up for these limited sets, and everything else was smaller purchases, honestly. Like I've bought like a few pens and ink samples, and there's been a lot of like lovely gifts that I received, and I'm so thankful that I'm at this place where I can receive some lovely gifts from brands and shops, but this was the big purchase of quarter two because I felt the need to purchase a cover for this week's. I actually was I was banking on the fact that the week's cover that I got from Galen Leather would be enough for me, but it just wasn't hitting the same. I don't know. It was just not the vibe that I was going for my weeks, because this had no closure, and it felt really like a traveler's notebook insert instead of a week's cover. Even just the size of it, it's just quite large for the weeks. And it was just, yeah, I didn't feel content with it as a week's cover, but I love it as a insert in my traveler's notebook. So that's like a good fit for that. But I still wanted a natural leather cover, so I purchased this from Eternal Leather Goods, and it was, disclaimer, this was actually pretty pricey, I feel like. So if you are in the market for a natural pebbled leather cover, I would go check it out. I think a lot of people go to Eternal Leather Goods for like their craftsmanship and their handmade quality, and then the quality of the leather, and I can really feel that. But for the price, it is quite expensive, and this variant of this cover doesn't have any pockets. It's just like a slip cover, so you can put, I guess, this front cover in here. I didn't like how that felt, so I'm just keeping the front cover out here and plain, and I just am using this as a pocket for my paper and milk stickers that I use for social media posts and stuff. But yeah, I think if you want an alternative, it's obviously not the same quality, but Moterm makes some lovely like pebbled leather goods for their weeks. And then if you want a local retailer in Canada, Think That K makes some lovely natural pebbled leather goods, and I think they actually have a week's cover that they were prototyping, and I absolutely love it. I kind of wish I waited for that, but I'm still happy that I got this. But I absolutely love my Think That K Mini 5 cover, and I feel like if I purchased like a week's cover from them, I would love it equally as this one. But yeah, this is from Eternal Leather Goods. I still recommend it, but I am very mindful of the price because it is pricey, and if you want the pockets, it's even pricier. So just keep that in mind. And obviously I'm based in Canada, and the conversion is a lot, so just be mindful of that. But besides that, the quality is amazing, and it's a lovely natural leather cover. Okay, I think that's it for everything that I purchased this quarter. It sounds ridiculous, but I just want to mention again, you don't need to buy any of these things to participate in like a journaling hobby or a stationery hobby. You don't need it. All you really need is a notebook and your creativity and a pencil or a pen, and you can just keep going. Like, you can junk journal, you can find things anywhere. So yeah, that's just a disclaimer, and obviously it's in no way, shape, or form a way to brag about these things that I have. I just wanted to share things that I've purchased, and things that I have like loved and have received from friends. Okay, let's head on to the favorites portion of the video. Okay, let's talk about favorite notebooks and notebook covers. So the first one, it feels like a cop-out because I feel like I mentioned it last time, but I've been really loving my Mini 5 plotter. This is, again, the Mini 5 size that I've been enjoying as my daily planner / everyday carry. I just bring this everywhere, and this is actually a planner that's pocketable. It's very simplistic. It's just like a very beautiful piece of leather. This is the bridal leather, so it actually had a white wax covering on it, and it actually slowly revealed its color the more that I used it. It's really lovely, and it just has this singular metal bar here that attaches to the ring contraption. This is the Krauss ring, so it's like the good quality rings that a lot of people use. I just DIY'd this pen loop so I can fit fountain pens in and any like other pocket pens. I actually usually keep my Sailor in here, my Sailor Pro Gear Slim Mini, but it also fits a Kaweco because I love a good pocket pen. It just fits nicely here. Yeah, I love this so much, and I think I love it because I am a person that, I love planners, I love journals, but when my planner is probably like this chonky, I might not bring it around because it's too big, it's too bulky. And this cover allows me to bring my planner pretty much everywhere because it's small enough to fit in my pocket, and the profile is small enough that I only bring the necessities. So I have like my daily pages, and then I have weeklies and monthlies, and I keep my whole monthly I guess all the monthly pages in here, so I have access to the full year if I need to forward plan or pencil something in. But otherwise, it's very compact and I use it daily. And I think any planner that enables you to use it daily is a good planner. Right now, I'm using the Mini 5 system still, but in my Think 10K. But I still love it. It's not as pocketable, but I really needed to give this a rest because I basically use this for Q1 and Q2. So basically half of 2022. But I wanted to give my other covers some love. And obviously this one has a little bit more room and it's a little bit bulkier, but I just love the color of this leather and it's just so substantial. But I love this for its minimal and sleek design. The next notebook cover is this one. Oh, this is my A6 natural leather cover from the Superior Labor. I was torn between buying this version or the TSL X Baumkuchen cover that has like, it's more like a, I guess, squared off sharper corners that have rivets. Is it rivets? I think that's the word. Rivets or not bolts. I think rivets are the right word. Maybe not. Eyelets, there you go, on the edges here, and it has like an embossing in the center. But I just liked how minimal this looks, and I was definitely enabled by Caitlin and Mitts on YouTube. It's just so nice, and I think this is honestly the smoothest leather that I own. It's so soft and so supple. Like sometimes I just pet this notebook. It's so soft. It's starting to patina, and I'm surprised it hasn't patinaed more because the leather is so soft and gentle. I feel like this would have looked a lot more worn by now, but I actually kind of baby this notebook, and it doesn't really leave my desk. I've brought it to school once or to work once, and that happened, so that's okay. I'm okay with like things patinaing and changing and getting scuffed up, but I don't know, this one just feels a little bit more precious. And then lastly, my favorite notebook cover. Oh man, it feels weird to pick my favorite child out of the limited sets, but this is one of my favorites. This is so good. This is the Airlines limited set Traveler's Notebook. This blue is just so nice, and I love how like icy this silver / white foiling is. It's just a nice notebook, and I think the lighter blue elastic really makes it. Obviously, if I had to choose like my runner-ups, it would be these two. I love how this looks, and I just wish I used this more. This is kind of the one that I use the most actually, and this is my next favorite actually, or at least the insert that's inside of it. But as you can tell, there's a giant ink stain here from when I was working on a journal spread, and I had my ink pad open, and this was lying right on top of it. So I'm a little bit sad. Part of me wants to repurchase another one, but I also know that if I repurchase that one, I'll never use it because this has more sentimental value. It just looks like it got a little tattoo job. I'm trying to make peace with it, but it's been really hard. I've tried a lot of things to get it out, and honestly, it was a lot worse before, but sometimes you just gotta accept that things just look like that, and that's the experience of using stationery. I'm also a klutz though, but I really love these so much, and this is my daily journal right now, and part of me thinks I should like swap out the cover already because I've used this for like a quarter already, but I just love using it so much. I might move back into my Moomin cover since I haven't really shown that cover any love. I only got to use it for like a week or so until these came, but yeah, love this. And then the insert that I love inside is I wish I got to talk about this more on this YouTube channel, and I think I will do more videos about it, but I love the my weekly illustrated insert so much in my passport size traveler's notebook. This is actually an old 2018 weekly horizontal insert, but I've just been covering it up with my what is this called? Not Kakimori. Is it Kakimori? No, I'm forgetting this calendar, what it's called. Starts with the K as well. I'm blanking on it. Anyways, I use that to cover up the old dates. And then more recently, I've been just using my own dot stickers that I made from my shop a few years ago, actually. But yeah, I just love that I have a little comic of my life. Like, I just have a few little doodles for each day and I just write about it. The emphasis on this notebook is more like the illustrations with just a tiny bit of writing. And I think I'm doing a good job at keeping that up. But you can tell that things have changed drastically from the beginning. And I think it's a testament to me, like, just being more playful and like using my watercolors. And I've been really enjoying this. Honestly, it takes a little bit of time because I'm very slow at painting, but it's a nice like weekly exercise that I get to do, and it's an excuse to paint and learn about painting more. But this is the current week, and this current week I'm deciding to not actually use any like line work and just using my paints without any pen or inking beforehand, which I don't know how I feel. I like the inked look more, I think, but it's always nice to challenge yourself or try things that are different. But yeah, I've been loving this insert so much. I'll do a journal with me in this style soon, but again, I am gonna do a Travelers Company USA workshop about how I create these journal spreads in July, so be sure to check that out. I'll leave the information in the description bar below. And then I want to show this other favorite. This is not a notebook or a notebook system, but this is actually the Travelers Company Art Toolkit pocket palette. So this is a paint palette. I haven't filled it with paint yet, but you can fill this up with paints for when you're on the go, and then you can just use this itty bitty palette. It's so tiny. You can probably fit it in, like, I could probably fit it in right here. Yep. And then just go like this. Obviously this brush doesn't fit here, but it's so sleek and it still fits into a traveler's notebook. But yeah, I really love this. I was sent this by Travelers Company for the class, and I also received this lovely Rosemary and Co pocket brush. This is a number 8 round brush, and I don't know, I've never had a fancy pocket brush before. This seems a really nice quality, actually. And I can't wait to... Ooh, I almost damaged it. Let me just fluff it up a little bit. Can't wait to fill this with paint. I actually want to buy some fancier paints for this palette because I've only ever used student grade watercolor paints, and I kind of want to get some fancy paints, but that doesn't mean you need fancy paints in this pocket. But yeah, this is a lovely collaborative palette with Art Toolkit and Travelers Company USA with their lovely motto, and it just goes with like the aesthetic of this notebook, especially the green elastic. But yeah, that does it for notebooks. Let's talk about pens and inks next. Okay, let's go a little bit faster. We're going to do a speed round of pens and inks that I've been loving. So I've already mentioned this earlier. I've been loving Sailor Ink Studio 280. It's a lovely like avocado olive green and has some pink shading. I always want to say shading for whatever reason. And then obviously this Kakimori is I think it's going to be an all-time fave. I feel like it's going to be a fave forever because it is just so good and so useful for a lot of use cases, and it's just a wonderful tool in like my stationery / art like tool repertoire, if you will. And then we all knew this was coming, but holy crap, the Uni Jetstream. I've already raved about it earlier, but this exact one, this olive green one, is my favorite. I wish they had like an orangey yellow one that would really like top it, or a really cool like brass one, or like a little bit heavier one, like, you know how they make the grand Sarasas, like the Sarasa Grands that are heavier. I wish they would make something like that, but I really love this. And then the Perkeo, I guess I'm like on a green, well, I've always been on a green kick, but I love this, again, this Perkeo. I think I haven't really given fine nibs a chance, just because when I was starting out, I bought a lot of extra fines, and I just did not like that writing experience, and it kind of scarred me from then on. I know there's a lot of great extra fine nibs, but I think the intro level pens that I purchased with extra fine nibs were not the best for me and the way I like my writing to look. I actually write quite small. I always say that I have big writing, but the more that I realize that I have pretty small writing, but I'm fine with the medium nib, but the fine is actually really nice, and I want to try more fine nib pens. I'm always so scared that they're gonna feel too feedbacky or scratchy. But I know that with higher quality pens, that's not as much of an issue, and hopefully I'm transitioning to more pens that are a little bit more higher quality. Not saying that I'm gonna stop buying intro level pens, because that's all I've been buying, honestly. I only have like one gold nib pen, but I have been enjoying these introductory level pens. But that was a long spiel to say that I love this per KO. I love that it's a pull cap because it's easier to open, and it's leads to, I don't know, I just end up gravitating to it because it's fast to just use and just to start writing instead of like twisting it and then posting it in the back and then going for it. It just, I don't know, it's perceived to be faster. I'm sure it's not much faster, but whatever. And then lastly, I think our last, where did it go? It is right over here. This is this brass pen. This is actually a brass pen from Traveler's Company X. Can you even see it? The brand Prada. I think a few years back, Prada and Traveler's Company collabed. I bought like a few things. Actually, I bought quite a bit of things from that collection. I haven't been using my brass pens a lot just because they're like this ballpoint ink that I just don't enjoy. And so again, if you don't like the ink refill for a lot of pens, you can always just hack it. So I just hacked this pen with a uni Jetstream insert, and actually it's a very easy hack. You might have to sacrifice some pens, but I basically added some springs from older pens. I just cut down the ink to size, and then I just sacrificed a whole bunch of springs from older pens that I just weren't using or were all used up. And yeah, I just have, this is the original spring that's in this pen, but I just added 2 more springs and it was good to go. I might not even need this third one, but I'm going to use it anyways because it keeps the tension of this cover really taut, and it keeps this pen from slipping and moving up and down. So yeah, that's the only thing you need to do. But I have been using this pen more just because it has a lovely ink in it now, and I think that's a good reminder for anyone. If you love the aesthetic of like some certain pens but don't like the actual ink in it, it's very easy to hack it using springs or just cutting inserts down, like the pen inserts down. I think that's it for pens and inks. Let's move on to the next category, shall we? Okay, the next category are washies and PET tapes. And obviously, I haven't really bought a lot of washi tapes. I think I bought 3 this quarter, and I also received some Happy Mail and a big sample destash from Judy of Tokubetsu Memory. I don't have all the like samples here because I've already kind of cut some of them up and used them and also have stored them away, but I pulled out one of my favorite ones that I wish I purchased more of. But this is a cool PET tape, so it's a plastic tape with backing on it, and these are just like very cool looking streetwear people, and I just love it. My personal style is like a mix between, I don't know, it's a mix of a lot of things, but I enjoy streetwear. I love like sneakers and whatnot. So this was really nice because a lot of the character stickers that I see, I love the Dolce Vita, but I don't really like gravitate towards it just because I don't necessarily resonate with it. I love the style of it, but sometimes I want something, a little bit edgier. So this is kind of nice. I only have like a little bit of this sample left, like probably 1/4 of a meter or like a little, maybe 1/3 of a meter, but it's still nice. There's still a few like characters here. There's 1, 2, 3, well, 3 and a little bit of other designs, but I still love it so much. I think I've used maybe, I think this is half of it, so I've used one half of this tape already. I love it so much. This is from Judy's D-Stash, Took a Bet's Memory. And then I put everything in this little basket, but the next one is more of like this system. So this is Courtney Diaz X, TSL X, the Stationery selection pouch, and I store all of my current favorite washies in here. A lot of these I've already talked about, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I also just love how it fits 2 layers of washi. So this is the first layer, and then there's another layer of washis there, and then I keep all of my washi samples that are near like near the end of its life. So like there's only a few pieces of tape left here, and I also keep all of my washi samples that are too tiny that would otherwise go missing, because these are like small, and I would definitely lose this if it was somewhere else. So I thought I would keep it in here, and it just allows me to be more deliberate about using these samples, and I've been loving all of these so much. And this pouch is just so nice. I just have a little pin that says plant life because I am a plantito. I love plants, plant dad. And a friend got this for me, I think for my birthday a few years back. So I keep that on there. And I think the pink and green look really good together. I think we are almost there in terms of washi tape. These are some miscellaneous samples, except for this one. I added this from another sample, but these are all samples from my lovely friend Annie. Her username is ALO0822, and we became friends over on Twitch and also on the Stationery Cafe Discord. Annie is so generous, and she's such a wonderful friend, and I feel like she knows my style very well. And so she sent me some lovely washis from, I think, Yohaku, Mr. Eggplants. I think there's some plus minus, there's some discontinued hours, and then this washi tape in particular is one of my faves. I don't think Annie knew this, but this kind of, I think it's called the calligraphy washi from Classicy, is one of my favorites, this red one. And I knew that they had it in other colors, but I've never seen the navy blue one, and it's so nice. I'm on like a navy blue kick. Not recently, it's been a while now, but I used to not like blue for the longest time, but I've been really warming up to like navy blue because it just reminds me of the night sky, and I think that's why I really enjoy it. So I love all these samples. I've been trying to slow down when I'm using them because they're too good, and I want to savor them. So these are 3 samples from Annie that I absolutely love. And then I think that is it. Oh, there's one more washi. Actually 2 more, which I've already mentioned. This is the BK washi, which I love so much. Has blues and greens and the BK logo. Very versatile, and I love how it's a good layering washi. And then this is from some Happy Meal from my lovely friend Essie Ruth. She's based in Australia, and I love this like stationery themed washi with this beveled edge. I really love how it looks, and I love how versatile it is because it can be used as a border, but it can also be kind of cut down to make it look like these are smaller sticker flakes, which I've done before. Like you can just, it's partially cut out for you already, you just need to follow the line, and yeah, you have a little like sticker flake of these stationery items, and I absolutely love this. And I love that, again, it has like a beige background because it's very neutral. I think that's it for washi and PET tapes. Let's head to the last category. Okay, this is the last category. This is just miscellaneous items. I have a few things that kind of don't fit into any category, but we'll just go through them real quick. I love these 2 stamps so much. I purchased these from a blank note a while back, and I use them constantly. I love this stamp from Big Hands. That's the stationery shop. It's so good. And again, I think I've mentioned this before, but I aspire to own more wooden stamps, and I also would love to like sell wooden stamps of my own design on the in my shop. I'm trying to manifest that. Like, if you know a producer or a manufacturer, let me know. But I do want to sell them in my shop in the future. But I love how cozy this looks. It's just a stool with some books and a warm cup of coffee or tea. Oh, it's so good. It could be hot chocolate too. I feel like I use this all the time if I am like reading and I want to signify it in my journal. I use this, or even if it's like I've had a coffee that day, which is every day. I basically can use this any day, basically. But I love how cozy it looks, and I don't know, it just gives me like hygge vibes, like, you know, that term where it just means cozy and homey. I feel like this is it in stamp form. And then this comes to no surprise. I feel like beverages are a big part of my life, and I just love bubble tea so much. I drink bubble tea a lot, especially in the summer. I know it's not the most healthy, but it's one of those treats that I really enjoy. And this is from Tomato Nasu, and it's so cute. It's just a brown bear, or any color bear, I guess, when you stamp it with whatever ink. But it's just a bear drinking like bubble tea. It's so cute. And I use this quite a bit. And then this is some letterpress note cards from Essie, and this is from Our Studio, which is run by Bear Koopa and Hanks, and it's no surprise on this channel, but I love Our Studio so much. So anything from Our Studio I end up loving, and I think this is just so versatile. It's so fun to layer with in like a collage spread. So really love these. And then I guess this is more of like a system, but I have this bin from Stationery Pal, and it is called my dots bin, and it only contains all of my dot stickers. And I love dot stickers in any kind of form. This is my OG dot sticker that I love. This is the classic-y dots, and they have like collaged patterns on them. But I keep them here with the rest of my other dots. I have a lot of washi dots here in different colors, so I have these ones that are on a like washi style roll. These are a little bit bigger. I feel like these are 1.5 centimeter in terms of like the size, and then these smaller ones that are like definitely less than a centimeter. These are all from Stationery Pal when I did a little haul back in a few months ago, I think. And then I have the donut stickers from Classic-y. It's just a bigger dot sticker, but obviously there's a hole cut out. And then I just have some miscellaneous dots. So I have these aren't really dot stickers, these are like face emoji stickers, but they're still circular, so they go in here. I have some number stickers in here, and then I have these aren't actually stickers, these are seals. So they're actually gummed at the back, so you just need to activate it with water, but these are nice too. And I keep all of my dots in one place because I use dots probably more than any other like sticker or washi. Actually, no, that's a lie. I use a lot of washi, but I use dots equally, and I use them a lot, and hence I love these and like the clean color dots from Zig, because I love any sort of dot on the spread. But yeah, that's one of the favorites. And then, oh my gosh, guys, I've been really into, I guess this should have been in the haul, but I've been really into oil pastels and actually just like learning about them and trying to play around with them. So this is my little sketchbook. This is the oil pastels from Pentel Arts. This was like $11 and very affordable. These are just like entry-level pastels. They're great for, you know, trying out oil pastels, but I know there's creamier and nicer ones, but this is what's good for my capabilities for now. But yeah, I just did some like like color tests and to see how they blend and whatnot, and it's really fun. I really enjoy it. Obviously, I think I'm using the wrong paper. I need to use toothier paper that have a little bit more grit and texture. I actually was highly inspired by Pear Fleur on YouTube to try these out, and yeah, I've been doing little like botanical studies. This is not my favorite, the sword fern, but I really like how the sweet pea turned out. It looks fancy, and then I haven't finished this one. But yeah, I want to incorporate more oil pastels in the future, and hopefully integrate it into my journal spreads and also into like washis or PET tapes that I'll release in the future in my shop. This is the last thing I wanted to show. I have been loving my... This is not Kakimori. I'm forgetting the brand. This is my Euroliku pouch. I love it so much. I don't know. I think I mentioned how this is like my favorite pencil pouch in general, I think a few videos back, and it still really is. I love it so much. It really prevents me from carrying too many items. This actually is missing one pen because this is supposed to contain my uni jet stream. I'm gonna put it right now because I was showing this in this video, but this actually lives here. And I usually just carry 2 fountain pens, a brush pen, a pencil. This is the plotter pencil. It's very fancy, very weighty, and you actually twist it to let the lead come out. Then the uni jet stream, and then the uni pilot multi-ball. This pen can write on any surface, and it's a gel ink. You can write on plastic, you can write on metal, you can write on anything that looks slick. You can write on top of washi and PET tape on this. Very lovely. And then one of my favorite gel pens. This is the Uniball 1, and this is the F version because it's a little bit more substantial and it's a little bit more high quality, and I just love how sleek it looks. But yeah, that's it. There's just some adhesives in here and scissors, and yeah, this is such a lovely pen, and I just have a film themed enamel pin here, and I love this so much. And then last but not least, this is my urban sketching setup for now until I kind of move into this. But I've been loving this pouch. I think in my previous Q1 video I said that I didn't know what to use this pouch for, but in Q2 I kind of figured it out, and this is kind of like my urban sketching pouch. So usually when I go out to journal, I usually just bring this and this to force me to focus on painting and doodling instead of like collaging when I'm out and about, because there's less stuff to bring. And honestly, if I want a collage, I just bring this and we're good to go, because this has a whole bunch of washis in here and scrap paper you can just find at your cafe or wherever you are. You can just use like paper in the packaging that you have from like the cafe you're at or whatever, and found ephemera. But usually this suffices for if I want like a full journaling experience. But if I want like a little low-key journaling experience, I know this still looks like a lot, but this has like everything that I need, because this has my Winsor Newton pocket palette from... This is my first set of watercolors, actually. I bought this in like 2014, 2015, I think. And this is student grade Cotman watercolors. I keep that in here with 2 clips to keep my traveler's notebook open. I have... This can definitely fit way more. I could probably fill it with all the samples that I want to bring, and scissors and whatnot. But I bring... like a hanky or a piece of paper towel to clean off my brush, and then instead of using like a cup and brush, I just use a water pen, which this actually needs filling, but this is one of my favorite water pens. I used to use this a lot on the channel, like when I was starting out. This is the Pentel Aquash brush pen, and I have a whole bunch of these and I still love them so much. I just feel like I've been using this less because I've just been using a cup of water and my brushes instead when I'm at home. And then I keep a pencil in here, and then a Sakura Pigma Micron for my line work. And then there's another water brush, and then I love this black eraser. And then I think this is, I don't know, these are just like eraser bits, but I like to have them both here. And it makes for like a lovely like sketching setup. I know people have more compact or streamlined kits, but I like this so much, and if I did want to bring more, I can actually probably fit more, or at least put more samples in here or other things in like the pen zipper pouch of this drawer pouch. And again, this is the Manga and I drawer pouch from Hobonichi, and again, it's starting to get a little bit dirty and a little bit scuffed up, but I'm glad that that's happening now, because I was being way too I was babying this way too much, but I'm glad that I'm actually using it now. And I think that concludes all my favorites. This was a very long video. Congratulations if you made it to the end. If you want to join the giveaway, I am going to give away this set of clean color dots, the highlighter, as well as some other things. I think I'm going to put in a few notebooks that I have, as well as some other journaling bits. But yeah, I think this is going to be part of the giveaway. I guess my only thing to enter is that you should be following the channel, and also like this video and comment below some of your favorite stationery from this quarter, and then I will randomly choose one of the winners from the comments, and then post it in the next video or in the coming videos. So be sure to check out the next video to figure out who won. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed hearing me ramble about my favorite stationery. Obviously, this is like one of my favorite topics to talk about ever, so I feel like I was just babbling along and going on a million tangents. So I thank you for listening and even making it this far into the video. Okay, I think that's it, folks. I'll see you in the next one. Be sure to take care and be safe. I love you so much. Take care of your bodies and your health. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.